Hi, my name is Shoaib Mujawa, and this is my project on library management system. So, library management system consists of five classes, which is user, member, librarian, catalog, book item, and book. As you can see, this is a class diagram, and this is a class diagram which is based on library book management system, which consists of these six classes. So the user class is the superclass of member and librarian because they inherit the name, location, age, and other ID so that they can create the member and as well as the librarian. So the member can issue a book and they can return a book, but the librarian can add a book, add book items, remove book items. They can remove book from catalog. They can display all the books and all. So librarian can modify and do changes in the books in the catalog, we can say. So this catalog has all these functions, or we can say methods, which are similar to librarian, but there's a difference that only librarian can make changes like add a book or to add or to remove the book. We cannot do through the catalog. We can only search for the name in the catalog, and we can only we can display all the books which are in the catalog. So these are some relations between them. So this is an aggregation. So when all as we can see, like there may be more librarians, but in this example we have only one librarian, and one librarian can actually access many books, or same way one many books can be accessed by one librarian. So one member can issue many book, and one member or many members can issue many books. Similar way, there is only association between book item and book. So one book can have many book items. Book items are basically copies of that book. So if we have only one book, we can have many copies of that book. So book items are denoted as many book items are denoted as a copy of that book. The catalog class, in the catalog class we can see different book count and books. So the different book counts specify what are different books available, not the copy of that book. So I will tell you that in further while showing you the program. So yeah, this is all about the class diagram. Now let's see the use case diagram. So here's the use case diagram. So member is gonna issue a book and he's gonna return a book. uh, on the other side, librarian is going to add the book. He's going to add the copy of that book or copies of the book. He can remove the book, and he can also remove the copies of the book. So yeah, this is the functionality of that system. So it's a basic small system. So I'm going to show you the diagram. This is the flow chart. All right, first we will show you the issue book. So issue book is going to be like, enter the name of the book, check if book exists. If the book is there, then enter the number of days you want that book for, and then get the book issued. On the other hand, if it's not there, then you can ask them to if they can give you the book in future. All then you can come all over again and check if book exists, and then enter the name or the days, name and the days of the book, and get the book issued. So returning the book, you have to enter the name of the book which you took. Is the book returned on time? That is gonna be checked by them. If yes, then no fines to pay and return the book. If not on time, the book is not returned on time, you have to pay the fine. So these are the four flow charts and the diagrams. What else? Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna show you the program, all the classes. So this is book item over here. Book item consists of book, ISBN, and rack, and nothing else. So book item, we can identify a book item by like, this is the book name. This is gonna be the ISBN number of that book to identify it differently, and this is gonna be on which rack the book is on. So here's the book class. In it, we're gonna have the book name, the book author name, the published date of that book, the pages, number of pages the book has. The total count is the number of copies of that book. For example, a book A has 3 copies, and book B has 3 copies. So total count would be 6, like that. And book item is used to store the number of book items. So add book item, we can add the book by doing this by appending it to a list and incrementing the count. Similarly, to print the book, we're gonna traverse through that book item, and then we're gonna print the book. Search book item and remove book item. So similar way, we're gonna traverse through the book item list, and we're gonna search for the book item. If it exists, then it's gonna return the book item. And similarly, when we're gonna remove the book item, it's gonna search for the book item. If it exists, it's gonna remove the book item, and it's gonna reduce the total count also. So when we go in catalog, this is actually my main function over here. The catalog consists of many methods which are accessed by users librarian. So I'm gonna explain you how. So this is the add book method through which we're gonna add the book and we're gonna increment the different book count. And this is add book item. So we're gonna add the book item. So means the number of the copies of that. Search by name is searching the book by name. In the catalog.books is the books over here, the list of books, the list named books. So we're gonna traverse the books, and the strip method is used because to remove the any extra spaces while entering the name of that book. So yeah, it's gonna compare if that book exists, then it's gonna return the book, or else it's gonna not return anything. Similarly, the author, we're gonna search the book by entering the author name. So yeah, similarly, it's gonna return the book. Display all books is gonna return all the books existing in the catalog or in the library, we can say. All the books there which are already existing in the library, which we have added, it's gonna get displayed by display all books method. The remove book item is gonna search for the book, and then search for the item book item, and then we gonna remove the book item from that library. Similarly, remove book from catalog is gonna remove the whole book, means removing all existing copies of that book and all existing copies of the book and the book also. So means removing the book exact means removing all the books which named by them from the library. We're gonna go in the user class. So as you can see, I have imported over here book, catalog, and book item. So it means that I need those classes, methods, or functions or member variables to access over here, object variables, we can say. Uh, Over here, the book is imported. The Over here, the book items. So yeah. So user basically has this all variables. That is name, location, age, and other ID, which is gonna be accessed by its next classes, because user is the superclass of member and librarian. So yeah, we need to fill in the details of a student, location, age, or other ID. Then the students can be identified by student ID. Similar way, the librarian, which is an employee, can be identified by employee ID. It is over here. So yeah. Then we have issued as a dictionary over here, which is gonna store the book name and the number of days the book is allowed, means the book is given for them, issued for them. The different book count which we gonna access over here, and the books also from the catalog class. Next we have the issue book function. Over here we have to enter the name, the number and number of days the book you want for. So enter the number of name of the book, and it's gonna search whether the book exists. If it exists, then it's gonna go in and it's gonna search for the book item, and then it's gonna reduce the book item because you're gonna take it away. So it's gonna reduce the count of that book item, and it's gonna issue and it's gonna print book is issued for dash dash days to dash name or whatever the member name is, and self-issued book equals to. So basically this is going to be get added in the issued section, which is going to be the dictionary over here, issued dictionary. So book would be added as the key and days would be added as values. Else if the book does not exist, the book you're asking for is not in the library at this very moment. So this is going to be the issue book thing. Next is going to be return book. So return book is gonna be like you have to enter the book name, and if the book is there, it's gonna add the book item to it. If self.issue get books is, yeah. So if the issued book, which is gonna be when we are gonna access the dot get book, it's gonna access the value of that issued dictionary, which is gonna be like, for example, the book name is Shoe Dog for 10 days. So it's gonna compare if the days are greater or less. If it's greater, then you have to pay the fine. If it's not, then you are returning the book on time. So yeah. Else the book doesn't exist, ask librarian to add. If the book name is not there, so you have to ask the librarian to add the book. So he's gonna add the book and he's gonna add the book item too. So yeah. Then we're gonna move. So yeah, this is all about return book over here, return book method. Then we're gonna move to librarian. This is the main, actually, member and librarian, these two are main classes which on which the most of the work is gonna be done. So I will show you test functions first, then I will go proceed with my librarian. So you can see, I'm only creating object for librarian, object reference, you can say, object reference for librarian class and member class, and that's all. It's all. It's the conversation as you have seen the use case diagram over here. Yeah, use case diagram over here, which shows that member and librarian. So the two who are gonna access and do all the stuff is librarian and member. So yeah, so return book. Uh, Return book is done. So when librarian we enter, we have to access the super classes variables that are name, location, age, and we have to enter the EMP ID. So over here we are accessing the catalog methods by calling the init function. So next we go into add book. So as I have said already, uh, I have not written over here anything. I have just accessed the methods from here, from the catalog class. So so yeah. So when we call the add book method from the librarian, it calls it from the catalogs add book, and then we get the book added in the books list. Similarly, when we call the add book item, it calls the catalog book add book item thing method, and it gets added in the books. Sorry, it gets added. Yeah. So remove book. Similarly, I've written over here a function for remove book. Yeah, remove book item, and yeah. So yeah, it's gonna remove the book from the catalog, means it's gonna return over here. So when we add a book, it's gonna return the add book, cause in catalog it's returning the book. over here you can see return B. When we add book item over here, it's not returning anything, I guess. So it's just we are calling the method. Similarly, over here we are calling the method remove book item to remove the book item. So it's gonna search the name of the book. It's gonna search the book item which we have mentioned to remove it, and then it's gonna remove the book item. When you remove book from catalog, so remove book from catalog is gonna delete everything about that book, the book, the number of book items, the books, all everything. So remove book item, it's gonna call it, and you have to just enter the name. So the value for value is basically used for like traversing thing. So for value in catalog.books, catalog.books is this books. We are accessing it as catalog dot because it's class variables now. They are not object variables. They are class variables. So to they are class variables because you, we were accessing those class variables over here. So it was not possible for them to be object variables. So we made them class variables so we can access them in this user class, and we can perform actions on them. That's why they were made class variables. So yeah, these two are class methods too because we wanted to access them over here in user to like search name and search by author and all. So remove book from catalog is gonna be like for value in catalog dot books, and if name dot strip equals to value name. So yeah, it's gonna be like there's no extra space and all, and equals to value name. If it's gonna be equal to value dot name, it's gonna traverse, and if it's equal to this name from the catalog dog book, then it's gonna remove that book and it's gonna reduce the total book different book count because different book. I'm gonna show you the output, then you will understand how is that. And the book removed from the catalog, it's gonna go like that. So yeah, that's all. And the display book, so display all books is the similar thing. From the catalog, we're going to display all the books and total number of counts and different book count, totally everything in display all books. So these are all methods of librarian. These are all methods of member, and these are two classes which are going to do all our work. So yeah, let's see. So I'm calling the add book method over here. Then I'm adding the book items to that book. As you can see over here, this is book, and we are adding the book item to that book. Similarly, we are adding more books and more book items. So this is gonna show us all the display count, and then we're gonna add member, and he's gonna issue a book for number of days he wanna issue for, and the other book with the book item and the number of days he wanna issue it for. Similarly, if there is one more member, number of days he wanna book. Yeah, I guess I'm not returning here the days because issue book is gonna defaultly give you 10 days for that book to be issued. So like if you don't enter any number of days you want that book for, it's gonna be by default it's gonna be 10. So if you don't enter any number of days you wanna issue it for, then it's by default gonna be 10 days. So over here it's 15 days and over here is 12 days. So it's again going to display you all the things which are there. Remove book from catalog, same thing. Removing the whole book like the Great Gatsby, right? So it's gonna remove the Great Gatsby over here, which was because maybe because he's removing the book because it's too old and now they cannot manage the book. It's torn and all. So add book item over here, which is Great Gatsby has. This also gets deleted and this also gets deleted. The whole book. So these two things are gonna get deleted. By remove book item, it's gonna remove 143 HG. So This is gonna get delete by remove book item, and the total count will be reduced, but the different book count would not be reduced. Next, we're gonna display it again, and I'm gonna show you the count of that book. So yeah, then these guys who issued the book are gonna return the book, and if the book is returned in the given time or given days, the they don't have to pay any fine, and if it's returned after those days, then they have to pay the fine. So yeah, let's see. I'm gonna run this program. Okay, so let's go. Oh, here you can see Moonwalking with Einstein, Shoe Dog, In Search of Lost Time, 100 Years of Solitude, and The Great Gatsby. So there are total number 5 different books. All right. Next we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sorry, these are 5 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Total book count should be 15. So as you can see over here, there is total book count, that is 15. After that, the members are created and they have issued the book. So Wish over here has issued book Shoe Dog for 15 days and 100 Years of Solitude for 12 days. So as you can see, Shoe Dog Phil Knight book issued for 15 days to Wish, and 100 Years of Solitude Gabriel Garcia Marquez book issued to 12 days for 12 days to Wish. And the other member has issued the book Moonwalking with Einstein. So over here he has not mentioned the days. So by default it's gonna be 10 days as I have shown you already. So Moonwalking with Einstein book issued for 10 days by to Tom. So again display all the books. So different book count would not be reduced as Shoe Dog and 100 Years of Solitude. These books book item would be reduced. So total count would be reduced. So there was total count 15. Now 3 books are gone. So minus 3 it's gonna be 12. So when we go down, the total book count is 12 now. Now the next thing, there's a remove book from catalog. So Great Gatsby goes. So the different book count gets reduced over here. So as you can see, the different book count has been reduced from 5 to 4. Moving further, sorry. Uh, so the books were issued, and the book item is reduced, and the book is removed. So over here, there's go ones and the one. 2 more books goes, and total book was 12 over here. Now minus 2, it's gonna be 10. So total book count would be 10, as you can see. Then return the book, Shoe Dog, 1, 2, 3, whatever. For 10 days he took. Thanks for returning on time. So he took the book for 10 days. Uh, sorry, he took the book for 15 days, and he has returned the book in 10 days. Seems like he was bored of that. So yeah, he returned the book on time. The other book was 100 Years of Solitude, which was issued by him for 12 days, but he hasn't returned the book yet. Okay. So next member who was using the book was Moon Walking with Einstein, which was by default 10 days. So he has returned the book on the 11th day. So Tom, you have to pay the fine. So yeah. So now the different book count would not be changed, but the book items would be added. So Shoe Dog would get added, and one added, and Moonwalking Einstein would get added. So again, the book total book count would be incremented to 12. So yeah, the book count total book count has been incremented to 12. As you can see, Shoe Dog was added. That is 1 to 4G, and Moonwalking with sorry, Shoe Dog was 1 to 3G, and Moonwalking was 1 to 4H. Over here it was not 1 to 3, and over here it was not 1 to 4. So yeah, it gets added. So this is it.